love Madam Simon and I love being here. And I will say, hopefully, what I say tonight is funny, but guess what? It's all real. So, I left my 2 phones in the yellow taxi last Saturday night, coming back from Brooklyn, both of them. I called 911, and they took the information, but nothing happened until Monday, when I called the Taxi and Limousine Commission, and they were great. Meanwhile, I went to buy 2 new phones. Between my tracker and their lost and found system, we found the driver, and then my phones. Now I get calls from constituents on 4 phones instead of 2. So the motto is, don't lose your phone on the weekend in a cab, only on a weekday, and never leave Manhattan to go to Brooklyn. Recently, and I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but I went to a government agency to renew my driver's license, so you'll get the idea as to where I was going. The employee could not have been nicer. She complimented me on my Chanel No. 5 perfume. I was wearing it. She suggested another brand that she said was also very nice. I thanked her and said I would try to do it as a gift to my sister. But this is the real issue. I could not read the friggin' line on the chart. At least I couldn't read it all.
Okay.
But I have a new license and you love my perfume. Our district office is right next door to the wonderful Wild Bird Fund. If you've ever been there, it's a fabulous place. They get constituent complaints and we get sick birds. I got in trouble with the New York Post on 2 issues. I visit Rikers as often as I can as chair of the Oversight and Investigations Committee. There are many issues to observe and I try to address them, but one of them is the lousy food at Rikers. And I believe in New York City agencies purchasing locally from the state of New York. And I said that at a hearing. And the friggin' Post accused me of wanting farm-to-tables at Rikers. Why the hell can't they have good food? So, and I know many of the asylum seekers have dental issues, so I said that they should get dental care. And the New York Post said, the hell with you, Gale. Everybody should get dental care. I said yes, but so should those who are here temporarily. Now let me tell you about some constituents. They're pretty funny. A woman has lots of keys. She's environmentally aware and does not want to put them in the trash. So she calls me up and she says, where can I send them to be melted down? For what? I do not know. Here's another one, and this is what they wrote. I am a fisherman, and I fish in the Hudson River. There is an underwater obstruction under the pier that causes us fishermen to snag our lines, resulting in lost and broken fishing rigs. Maybe underwater, we don't know. Might be a wood pylon. Please, Gale, arrange for divers to check out this obstruction and then get a dredger to clean it up. Also, by the way, could you please clean all the junk from the bottom of the Hudson River? Someone called because a large truck that sells popcorn is parked on 72nd Street and Broadway for a long time. We don't know if it's working, we don't know, but there's a big sign that says, truck is broken, do not give tickets. Interns answer the phone at the district office, and thank you, some of them are here tonight. I love them. And I love that they find questions insane. One woman wants to know how to dispose of 30 gallons of paint. What the hell is she doing with 30 gallons of paint? For 13 years, we've had a wonderful program called Fresh Food for Seniors, working with Green Market. We offer fresh fruits and vegetables for $10 and they're worth $25. But a woman calls up and she says, a recipe that she got 13 years ago she loved. So she'd like to get all 13 years worth of recipes from the program. What the hell has she been editing? I am familiar with the people who have called me over the decades who claim that they have neighbors who are trying to kill them with electrical current. The person who called this week said it was the upstairs and the downstairs neighbors who were trying to kill her. Many people don't like e-bikes whose operators do not follow the rules of the road. This woman called to say that she knows that she does not want them to get deported, so no one should call the cops on delivery people who are not following the rules. Instead, she said, throw glitter at them. You know, we've been asking people not to feed the pigeons, because believe me, they're doing just fine. These birds are New Yorkers. They've got an attitude, and they know where the good food is. So, walking down Broadway, I'm greeted like a celebrity. If a celebrity is someone who might know how the streetlights been out for 6 months, and please fix it right now. I really appreciate the honor of being known, but I can't get on a bus or a subway or sit in a restaurant without someone asking a question about a problem they are having. Once we were having lunch, at my son actually, in an outdoor cafe, and a man with very little clothing came by. Gale, you know Andrew, right? I said, yes. Everyone in the cafe looked at me, but in fact, I did know Andrew. I'm Councilmember Gale Brewer, as you heard, and I represent this neighborhood, and I'm chair of the Oversight Committee. And I was Renee Borough President for 8 years. And I served in the council before that. And I'm running for re-election, unopposed. Nobody's gonna dare run against me. I've never lost an election. I remember when Eric Adams was elected 4 years ago, and he said, Gale, I'm gonna run the city like a CEO. I was thinking Apple, not Enron. My colleagues tell me they're under constant pressure from lobbyists. I say, please. Pressure is when you're cornered at Zabars by members of the Moms Against E-Bikes Coalition. One outcome of the pandemic is that I love Zoom. Now I can sleep through meetings every day. My interns are young. Some of them weren't even born when I first won my election in 2001. They're so young, they think partisan is a sexual identity. I understand why some New Yorkers are uncomfortable with Zoran and Danny. They aren't used to candidates who've never been busted for misconduct. But seriously, this administration has more investigations than Broadway has revivals. Thank you all for being here. I know I won't be the funniest person tonight, but I will